Hi, Stephen here from Son of a Nation Wave, and this is day 3 of the April daily draw. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Celtic Spirit Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we'll go there. We have the Princess of Pentacles, which is this deck's name for the Page of Pentacles. And I love this depiction because I love the way that she's looking at this pentacle that she's holding. I love how she's pondering and thinking about and examining and looking at it. And that's the kind of stance of attitude or that we are to approach. This message tells us to approach what we're doing as we begin to create what we're creating in our lives. And we have this opportunity to do so when we are presented with an opportunity or an idea to bring something new into our lives. It's like we're being asked to take a look at it and just examine it, discover its essence, its nature. What is it? What is this opportunity providing me with? What is this idea going to bring in? What potential does this thing that I'm creating have? And what does this? What will this involve? What will the creation process involve? How will the growth progress? What's the process going to be? We were talking about our process, weren't we, when we had the Empress or the Lady card yesterday? We were talking about that how we were liking it to conceiving a baby and growing it within and then giving birth to it, and then once it's here in the world, we still have to take care of it and raise it to its full stature, and everything takes its appropriate time. So like I was saying, with like a baby takes, the standard is 9 months. I know it can differ a little bit high, but if we try and rush it or something, the process is tried to be cut short. The viability of what's created, or the baby's viability, the shorter the pregnancy, the less viable the baby becomes. So that's why we have to allow it as much as possible to grow over that standard 9 month period is the best ideal period. And whatever we're creating in our lives has a natural process time that we can't rush, otherwise it won't be viable if we try and birth it too soon, if we don't let the process take its course. And of course, and depending what we're doing, I'm not saying the 9 month period doesn't apply. That only applies to when when a woman's having a baby. But for other things, the period may be different for us in our circumstances. So we don't know, but we have to let things progress naturally. So when we're looking at it and examining it, learning about it, this is the learning discovery stage of the process about what we're doing. That we are looking at it to say, well, what's the process going to be? And what's the likely or ideal, perhaps, time period for this, if there is one? Um, and we'll get a clue from that if we understand the implications of how the process needs to develop and what's involved. And the more we learn about it, the more we know, well, that's going to take X amount of time at least. So we begin to understand the essence of what we're creating, the full nature of the opportunity that the universe is presenting us with to create, and we're looking at it and preparing for the creation process. We're laying the groundwork. We're thinking and pondering about how to unlock the potential of what we're being offered here, and what the seed of the idea contains and how it can grow. This is the learning, discovery, beginning stage of where we learn to get to grips with the nature of the opportunity and the practicalities involved in making it a reality. And this is perhaps something that applies to us now, that we've been talking a lot about connecting with creativity and bringing something to reality. So maybe that's what we're going to start to do. And now we've got the opportunity to do so. And now we're looking now at we perhaps decided what we need to create or bring into our lives. And now we're looking at the nature of that opportunity and how we can proceed. And we're pondering, actually, as thinking with our almost like this expression, sort of, what do we do now? What is this going to bring in? And it's a period of discovery and exploration. Maybe we need to explore some concepts and ideas around this subject in order to get a grip on how, and look at how she's holding it. We need to literally take hold of the opportunity and that process. We need to take hold of it so that it becomes a real and tangible process and not just a concept in our minds. And I think that is what this card is saying to us today. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. The Herbalist. Another lovely card here. Herbs, medicine, healing. Maybe we've had trouble in the past. Maybe we've had problems in the past with creating something or beginning something and then it not succeeding, or we've gone wrong somewhere. So maybe we've got a kind of an impression of about that we're a bit anxious about our ability, and maybe that's what we're pondering. Am I up to this? Maybe that's what we're thinking when we look at this. Am I up to this? Because of experiences we've had in the past where we've had difficulties and things have fallen apart. And maybe what the herbalist is saying is maybe we need that healing. Maybe we need some healing. Maybe through this creative process, it's not only going to be an opportunity to bring something into our lives, but also to bring some healing to some past issues. So maybe we need to take a look at that. And maybe that's part of that internal conflict we had last month. That maybe that's where the healing needs to take place. Maybe the conflict comes from our doubts about our ability, that we're up to the job. So maybe this is what needs to be healed within us as we go through the process. I'm not saying we need to be totally healed before we begin, but maybe we need to be aware that this may be a factor, and it may be as we're going through the stages of the process of creativity, that maybe we will allow some healing to come in to heal from those past experiences. Okay, that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 4. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.